Hello, friends. If you are new here, welcome or welcome back. If you've seen me before, my name is Candace and I am a digital stationery creator. I have an Etsy shop, which will be linked below. I'm also a TikTok creator where I teach you about all things digital planning, digital stickers, and my specialties are GoodNotes and now Noteful. So on my TikTok lives, I like to go live and do some planning and stuff in GoodNotes, but I figured that for YouTube, because there's so much amazing GoodNotes content already on YouTube, that I would focus on here with Noteful. So today I'm going to just sort of go over some things that I've recently released and just sort of explain how I'm planning currently. I have made some changes in my planning style as of recent, so I wanted to go over that. And I just want to preface this video by saying, do what works best for you. I'm all over the place. I guess I'll explain why I feel that way in just a minute, but like, do what's best for you, what's going to keep you most creative, what's going to keep you most organized. And if that is one person's method, if that's a hybrid of methods, then go for that. And also what I wanted to say is what works for me may not work for you. And that is super okay because we are two different people with two different needs. I need to use my planning and my planning system for one way, and you may need to do yours another way. And that's totally fine, right? There's room for all types of ways and methods. So if you want to keep watching and learning just a little bit today about Noteful, stay tuned. Okay, so let's start with what I was what I was formerly using. So a few months ago, I downloaded the Blooming Planner from Shelly Planners. I loved it. I love the hyperlinking. I think April was my first full month in it. And I just loved it. It worked very well for me. I did use it this month for May. I love how you can link the months. It links the weeks. And I love using it, especially in Noteful because of the way and how seamless the linking is in Noteful. So that's what I was using, and it was going well. And it's not a problem because I feel like this is a phenomenal planner. The problem for me is it's a me problem. It's not a planner problem. It's not a Shelly problem. It's a me problem. I never took the time to go through all of this, to learn how to use all the notebooks, all the custom pages, and it just chucked full of great information that could be used. So I wasn't utilizing it. It's not the planner itself. I realized, I realized the more that I started to create my own stuff, that I wanted to be able to use my things in a different way. Now, the reason that I wanted a hyperlinked planner is because I've been digital planning for about 4 years, and I felt like it was time for me to graduate to something different because I thought that what I needed was something more sophisticated. And when what turns out is that I don't. I would love, and I still have a goal to make something that's sophisticated, because for the right planner girl or guy, this is an amazing system. But for what I'm using my planner for, I just don't have all the time that I would need to invest in using all of this. So what I decided that I needed, and I just sat down, I was like, what do I need? And I will go to mine. So when I do my planning, I plan in 3 different ways. I plan budget, I plan monthly, and I plan daily. Now, even when I was using the Shelly planners, I always had a daily planner. I used it not daily, but whenever I needed to do a weekend, if I had a day, like I don't daily plan every day. So whenever the need to daily plan would come up, I would have it. What I needed and wanted, and all I needed and wanted, was a hyperlinked month and week, or just like a hyperlinked planner that I could put a month and a week in. And I have used these before. I've actually created some hyperlinked notebooks, but nothing like this until now. So what I decided to do was this week, I released 6 of these hyperlinked notebooks. I released them for both Noteful, which I'm working in, but also for GoodNotes. And I'll show you what it looks like actually. Let me go out of this and go to templates. So for this particular one, this is what it comes like. This is what it looks like. It literally is just because I knew what I wanted to use this for. So I knew that eventually I would want to use this for a yearly type planner hub. So I put 12 different hyperlinks in it. I also came out with it in a few different variations. The one that I was just on, the one that I used is the Dirty Martini hyperlinked. This is the pink and orange hyperlinked. I also have a Leopard hyperlinked. I have one that I'm calling Coquette Lobster hyperlinked. I have a brown and red hyperlinked. And then last but not least, I have one that's a Preppy Summer hyperlinked. So I'm actually using a shell of this for all of my summer trips and summer planning. And then I am using the Dirty Martini for my regular planner. So let me go back into that and show you sort of what my thought was. So as you can see, it comes with nothing. All of these things that are on here, I put on here myself. Let me turn this on. So this is a sticker. Oh, I forgot. I changed the layer. I have everything in here locked, which is a great thing. But let me unlock it so that I can show you it's a sticker. So this is a sticker. This comes in my, I think it's the summer notebook covers that has a bunch of these 2025 stickers. So this came out of that. And then this is just a font. I think the font is called Fresh Bread. So as you can see, and as we all know, or if you don't know, in Noteful, you have the ability to, let me zoom in for you a little bit, to create layers. So I've created 2 layers. These are the only 2 layers that I will ever use in this planner. One says locked and one says stickers. So pretty much, and you can do it any way that you want to, but my thought process, and it's as easy as anything is in locked, I don't want it to move. Anything that's in stickers, it's okay if it moves. You can always go to locked, take the lock off, and move things just like I did. But for now, we're going to go ahead and lock it back. What that does is that disables the sticker. I do have stickers and images on, or images and shapes, I guess, on in GoodNote, in Noteful, I'm so sorry. But I don't want to be able to move this because there's no reason really. It's just being used as a title. I've also locked these text boxes with the months. I did not even bother to put January through April because I was not in this particular planner for then. So those are free spaces that I could link something else, but I probably wouldn't. But just know that you have the ability to. So even though this text box is locked, this shape is still hyperlinked. Now, the thing that I love, 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 and like GoodNotes cannot even hold a flame to this feature, is the linking and the way hyperlinks work in Noteful. You don't have to turn it into like off and on, sort of in GoodNotes, how there's like an edit mode and then a regular mode. In Noteful, you can do everything in the same mode. And also, it's a long press and it gets you to where you got to go extremely fast. It's so seamless. It makes, when I was working primarily and strictly in GoodNotes, I did not use hyperlinking very much because it sort of lagged. Here, all you do is long press. It takes you where you need to go. Long press takes you back. So that's kind of an introduction or sort of what I decided to do for my planner. So if we go into May, which is where we are right now, this is the cover page. So each one of these are hyperlinked to get to those particular pages. So again, I put 12 sections in to represent the 12 months. And what I wanted to do was make sure that each of these were hyperlinked to get there, but also make sure that there was an indicator so that you knew what page you were on at all times. So the page that you're on will be a different color than the other page, than the other numbers, I'm sorry. And also I did an alternating cover motif, is that the word I'm looking for, throughout the entire notebook. So as you can see right now, we're in June, which is on my 6th page. So the 6 is lit up. And then each of these pages will take you back to your home pages. So if you press that, you'll go back to home. If you press this, you go to September. What I decided not to do for this particular notebook, or any of them that I just showed, is this is not linked. And the reason I did that pretty much was for GoodNotes users, because if you have a sticker on top of this, if you have text and you can't lock that text, then moving that text around, it may warp your sticker. There were things that could happen. So instead of making it so that you would ever have to touch this unless you're setting it up, I included a home button that would work. So that's how I'm using my sticker planner, or I guess sticker planner shell. And then this, I'm just sort of playing around with some things. These are not on a log to layer because I wanted to be able to move them. So I'm thinking about doing a dashboard style here on this first page each month. And I haven't written anything on this yet because I knew I was going to film this video, but I do have like calls to make. And I know it's like the end of May, but calls to make. So what I would do in this case, I have been loving this font. It's called Chicken Nugget. It is super cute. Wait till you see it. So I would write calls to make. Okay. Then I'm going to lasso it, resize it, make it just a little bit bigger. And then we're probably not that big. Resize it, make it a little smaller. Then what I could technically do is lock just the text there so that it is always on this sticky note, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it this way. So what I'm thinking about doing is doing calls to make. I could do one for errands. But yeah, the reason I haven't done this yet is because I knew that I would be making this video, and some of the things that I would need to put on there, I probably wouldn't want to show on YouTube. So there is my first page. So right now, all I have in here, this is the May. If you go to the next page or just go to the side, so there's no other hyperlinks. You cannot add in a hyperlink, I guess. I mean, I guess you could, but it may throw off the integrity of the notebook, so I wouldn't suggest adding one in. But all I'm using this for is months and for weeks. Now, this is just a screenshot of my May from my hyperlink. So none of this works. This is all just sort of like one big sticker. And that's fine, because if I need to add a sticker on here or make any plans on here, I can still do that. But everything that's on here, I don't really need to move anyway. Then I put in a weekly. So I'm going to use this for my monthlies and my weeklies. So May will have the May, it'll have the 1 month, and then like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, depending on how many weeks are in that month. And that's it so far. Like I said, I just moved into the system. When did I move into this one? Maybe Wednesday. It's Saturday when I'm filming this. So I've only been in it for a few days. So that's the first thing I'm using these systems for. The second thing that I'm going to use this system for, and I should like make a title for this, I think, is a summer planner. So we have a lot of trips this summer. As you can see, we're going on a trip next week. We're going on 2 trips in July. We usually like to go out of town for New Year's. And then our birthdays are in fall. So we usually go on some type of trip then. So my reasoning and thought process behind this, which I have not done yet, like that's all that's in here, is to put the name of the trip here. So this would be the divider, and then behind that maybe do like a dashboard type plan for like places to eat, things to do, the plane itinerary, rental car, if you're doing a rental car, and I think we are doing a rental car. I've already made some like excursions and things for us to do while we're out of town. So I have confirmation numbers, reservations, things of that nature. So I'll probably go this evening and fill this in. Again, it's just one of those things that I didn't do because I know I was going to film this video. And honestly, this wasn't even the purpose of the video. But I just wanted to quickly talk about how to use those notebooks. Those notebooks are on my Etsy shop. Again, it will be linked below. If you are watching this in May of 2025, I'm currently doing a customer appreciation event where my entire shop is 50% off for the entire month. For everybody who may be watching this who has purchased or even thinking about purchasing, I want to thank you so much for doing that because that means the world to me. But yeah, I will put that information below. So the reason that I wanted to come in and do some work with you guys today, let me go into GoodNotes really quick. So in GoodNotes, we have been doing something called PreCurated monthlies, weeklies, spreads, whatever you want to call it. So when I go live in GoodNotes, we work in this notebook. We make these pre-curated spreads. All of these things can be found in my Etsy shop. And then I took this entire notebook and I put it in the Etsy shop. So this is if you don't have the time, if you don't feel creative to plan, but you want something cute, this is already done for you. It is in its own entirely separate section of the Etsy, and it's called Pre-Curated. And this is the first month, so this is the only one that's in here. As you can see, I create both regular digital stickers and also realistic digital stickers. So I did include a few realistic stickers in these spreads as we were going through and making them. And then I included like a dashboard with some realistic stickers. So this dashboard paper, these stickies that can be used kind of like I'm going to use mine in my planner. And then the realistic iPad and pencil. And then I just felt like this entire page was giving like peach ice cream. So, or like fruit stand. And so I put some peach ice cream down there. So what I'm thinking that we can do is we can do sort of the same exact thing, but in Noteful. And it will sort of hopefully spark some curiosity if you're someone who's still sort of new or thinking about moving to Noteful or not sure if you want to make the move or not. I thought that maybe we could do that. So I have been trying to decide if I enjoy planning like this, where instead of doing the full split screen, you do like sort of the open split screen. And I'm just going to go with what I know right now because I feel more comfortable in this view. We're going to do this. So I will put what we're working on over here, and then this will be like a sticker page. So that this video is not like super duper long, I'll probably only do 2 things today, but maybe we can pick it up and do a few more on a different video. So in Noteful, the first thing you're going to want to do is create a notebook. The notebook that I'm going to create is here. Just like in GoodNotes, you have the option to either put a cover on the notebook. If you toggle cover, it's going to give you a pretty good range of covers. Some composition type covers. You do have some with patterns. I mean, it gives you a pretty good range. I don't think I'm going to use any of these. Oh, another thing that I'm sort of liking is that it gives you the option to either do like to change the orientation right here. So these are in landscape, but I'm going to make mine in portrait. So I want to make sure that portrait is the one that I've changed it to. And I'm going to put my own cover. So I'm going to toggle cover off and just start with a blank piece of paper. All right, so the first thing that I want to do is, of course, find a cover. I'm going to go into my templates folder, and actually what I'm thinking about doing is going through and actually cleaning up some of the way that I keep things and I have things stored, just because my shop is growing. So I'm creating so much and I feel like it's becoming a little overwhelming looking, but who knows. Let's maybe go into the summer covers and see what's in there, because we have some good, bright, fun things in there that we can pull from. Let's see. I think that one is what I'm using in GoodNotes. So I want to do something different here. I like the ice cream. I think that's cute. Let's do the ice cream. So what we want to do is we're going to make this a little bit bigger. We're going to, let's see. I'm going to click the ice cream. Where did it go? We're going to click on the ice cream so that the blue border is around it. And then we're going to scroll over the top and hit copy to copy that page. Now you're going to go to your waffle icon here and you're going to paste, and it's going to paste that page. Now I want for this page to be in front. And since we're not even going to use this page because we're going to put our own digital paper in, we're going to just delete that one. So that makes that my front page. So we have our shell for our notebook. Now the next thing I want to do is decide what type of paper. Let me make sure I got you guys in the frame here that we want to use. I have so many digital papers that I can pull from in my shop. I've actually been changing a lot of the covers to make them more cohesive. So I think today we're going to work out of this this paper pack. It is called the Nautical digital paper. And I have some stickers that would go really well with this. I like this pack because not only is it, let me zoom so that you can sort of see it a little better. Not only is it the digital papers, but there are like lists in here as well for like digital list making. I love the pink and navy. Fun fact, pink and navy are one of my favorite color combinations. So I try to use it as much as I can. I like this blue, so we maybe use that. And then this one's a fun one too. So I think let's go with this blue. So again, same concept. We're going to click on that. Let me zoom you guys back out. I promise I'll leave you alone now. Maybe hold. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that the blue border is around this paper that we want to use, and then copy. And then we're gonna go over and paste it. So there's the paper. I'm gonna double tap on it, and then now there's that. I like that you can sort of manipulate the fit of the paper to your canvas in Noteful. That is very helpful when I am doing things like this where I'm in split screen or trying to like show examples or teach. So that is a fun thing to do in there. I'm going to go, of course, I'm going to go to themes, and I'm going to use the, what's it called? Yacht Club Cutie sticker pack. But I also want to use some basics. So the first thing, and I think I'm going to make this a weekly. I probably should have started there. The first thing I'm going to do is look for my weekly widgets, because I think that will have this will have a lot of different shapes that I can pull from, and I think they will look pretty good in here. So that pack is very girly. It's very like pink, navies, bright colors. So I think am I gonna do arches or am I gonna do squares? I sort of like the way these two look together. Now, because I have, let me change to my lasso. Because I've taken all of my stickers and moved them over to GoodNotes, I'm able to drag and drop in GoodNotes more than one thing, in Noteful, more than one thing at a time. So if you're someone that's thinking about making the move and don't know if you're wanting to do so because of having to move the sticker packs over, if you have a lot of stickers and you've been purchasing from a lot of creators, I can see why you would be hesitant, but I will say it's a one and done. You do it and then it's done. Or, I mean, unless that creator does not offer a Noteful, then you have to do it every time you buy something from them. That's okay. I mean, there's a way to get to it, okay? So there's a workaround. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do a weekly. So I have the color widgets that I want, but now I'm trying to figure out how I want them. I like to do 3 and 2. Sometimes I'll do like 3 down and then 2. Every now and again, I can push together like all 5 across the bottom. But with these being so long, because I don't mind like zooming in, but with these being so long, I wonder if that's gonna look right. Let's see if we like it or not. I'm gonna zoom in just so that I can get that sort of lined up there. Let's see, and then I'm gonna resize it. I don't know if I like that or not. If you have watched me on TikTok Live, you'll hear me say the one way that I can always tell if I like something or not is I take it out of a split screen and I make it a little bigger. This is fine. It's not my favorite, but I think we're gonna challenge ourselves. We're gonna make it work. So I'm gonna go back into a split screen now with Noteful. I'm gonna pull this to a 3/4 screen. I also have started in the past, probably 2 months, month and a half. I have made all of my packs, all of my sticker packs in a skinny, what's it called? A split screen view. So they're all small so that you can still see everything. And I've also started adding covers so that you can see everything while it's in this 3/4 view and you don't have to like go in and out. Things don't look small. I've started that. So I am going to use this. All right, I think that's all I need from here, at least for now. And I'm going to go out of Planning Essentials into Themes. And this theme is called Yacht Club Cutie. Okay, there's my Yacht Club Cutie. So in this, I think I'm gonna pull some labels. I just wanna look and see what I have. We can do a weekend since we decided to do 5 days. So we can do a weekend, that may be fun. Let's see what else we have that we can pull from. This is probably gonna be released in June, so that might be helpful. Let's do it. Let's bring in, make sure my lasso's on. Let's bring in this. It says take screenshot. Do I have images off in here? I don't. I wonder why it's not pulling up. Let me double check and make sure that's what it was. The stickers were locked. Okay. So I'm going to pull this in like this, and then I'm going to rotate it. Now, the only problem with this, and it might bother me, and I think it will, as you can see, this is not made to be like landscaped. Is that what it is? So I need something that has a more uniform pattern. So let me zoom in and see how I feel about any of this. Maybe this one would work. I could make this one bigger. One of the things I've talked about on here before that I really, really love is that in Noteful, the resize and pulls from the top and the sides, but in GoodNotes, it pulls from the middle. So it's easier to resize things to see if you will like the way they look. So that is a big plus for me as someone who does creation, and I'm always doing resizing of things. It's a biggie for me. Okay, we're gonna go with that. And I think I'm gonna pull in maybe just like a little shopping to-do list type thing. All right, so that's what we have so far. Is we have our shell. You could do a top 3 if we're really wanting to like go ham on this pack, which I don't mind doing that. So maybe I would do a top 3 here. This is looking very, let me make it bigger so you guys can see it. This is looking very like dashboardy, but I like where we're going with it. So we're gonna keep up and keep going. Yeah, I'm probably only gonna have time to do 1 today just because I've been talking a lot and I don't want to hold you up. Should I continue in this? Let's continue in this. We don't have to necessarily, but let's continue in this. So I have these boats. Whoops, cut. I have boats, so I could pull one over and see if I'm gonna like the boat. Is everything? I thought I fixed that a minute ago. Maybe not. Let's see if we're gonna like the boats. I kind of like the boats. I think the boats are cute. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna pull over all 7 of the boats. And I'm going to resize them. I'll measure them up on that one. Okay, and then I'm gonna drop them here where there's nothing. I don't need that July, so we can let that go. And then I'm just going to place the boats one at a time, preferably, where I need them to go. Thursday. Friday. And then down here, I'll do Saturday here and Sunday here. And I think that's super duper cute. Okay. Because I don't know when you're going to be using these or if I'll even put this out or if I will use it, but I don't know when. So I won't put the date dots in. Let's try some little cute decor. Let's see, do we like these? These are fun because, let's see. Okay, and then maybe duplicate it and sort of layer it like that. Okay, and then now I'm gonna take the entire thing and resize it so that I can cover up that little spot there. That's sort of cute. I like that. Okay. Let's see what else we have in here. I like this little stake around it. Oh, I like the weekend. That was the whole reason for like pulling the weekend in. So I'm gonna pull the weekend in. I'm gonna pull it and by the ends to make it longer, but not manipulate like the actual sticker itself, and put that there. What else do I want to include? I think it would be cute to include this little sailboat. We'll move him to the side. Well, we don't want him to look like he's, what's it called, cap sailing? Top sailing? I have no idea what I'm talking about. Is that cute or does that look weird? It looks kind of weird, but you know what? I'm gonna go with it. All right. So the options in here are for June, July, and August. So I could do something like this and pretty much call it done. But I kind of feel like it needs something else. Let's pull it out of a split view and open it, make it fill or fit. That actually is really cute. That may not need anything else. Maybe just like a to-do list right here, a to-do list sign. Or just one that says list. And we have a few options. We can go the route of, is there a list in here? Dashboard, overview. I love the abbreviated weekend. It's one of my favorite. Today's thoughts, that's cool. Meal plan, so that would be a cool one to put there. Don't forget. Budget, notes. we could do that. Or we could go and look in another pack, and I'm gonna go out of themes. I'm gonna go to planning essentials because I have a lot of scripts there. So in the one that's called clean calendar scripts, I think that's what this one is, we have some cutie little scripts. I won't make that any smaller so that we can look. So let me look and see if there's anything I would put there. Weekly goals. Oh, weekly, well, that's sort of what a top 3 kind of is. So I don't think I put that there. Weekly planner would be cute. Self-care, work callback, check-in, financial goals, admin work. Appointments, errands. For now, let's just do important. We'll just delete those others. So I can take my important and move it down here. And I almost said that might need a little flair. So let me go back into the Preppy, not Preppy, this one's called Yacht Club Cutie. And themes. Back into Yacht Club Cutie. Oh, you know what we could do? Let's do this. All right. We'll put important there, but we'll also include this steer. I think that's what it's called. Did I copy it? Copy. Paste. We'll include the steer as well. First of all, it could be decor. But second of all, let me actually arrange this and bring it to the front. Maybe you don't like the important and you want to write your own thing in there. You have the ability to do so. So I like including it. I don't necessarily like it right there. Maybe I would include it here. And then you can change this if you don't like it and use it. So I think that's all I'm going to do for today because I went over the notebooks and everything, but I just wanted to hop in, do some Noteful stuff since I always do a lot of GoodNotes stuff while I'm on TikTok live. And I think when I'm here, I'll probably do a lot of Noteful stuff again, because there's so much great GoodNotes stuff here on YouTube, but we're still, the Noteful community is still growing and we're getting there, but I just wanted to add some stuff in. So again, everything in this, on this page, everything I've showed today is in my Etsy shop. And if you're watching this in May of 2025, run to the link in the bio because I'm doing a 50% off customer appreciation. You guys have been amazing. I've been in business for 3 months and it has just been absolutely killer and sick. Like I don't even get me started because it just blows my mind how amazing you guys are. And then you share things with me that you've created, and it just it's a feel. If you don't know the feeling, then I can't explain it. Like it's amazing. So yeah, feel free to take advantage. This pack again is called Yacht Club Cutie, and the paper came from, where did I get this paper from? Where did I get? Oh, the Nautical digital paper set. So everything today is pretty much in this pack. And then the other things that I went over today were my hyperlinked notebooks. I have 6 variations. This one is called Dirty Martini. Again, these are all 50% off. You can use it for whatever. You can use it for a planner, trip planner. Someone told me they're going to use it to organize stickers. You know, the possibilities are endless. So if you do get one of these, please share it with me. Let me know how you're liking the product and any really cool ways that you come up with to use the hyperlinked notebooks. Let me know because I'm always getting like inspiration from you guys and your creativity. So thank you so much. I hope you found some value in this video. I was 39 minutes. I did not expect it to be that long. We will do another one of these soon where maybe I will do a little teaching, do a little planning, show you some new stuff, and we'll just sort of hang out. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this, or evening, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye guys.